Good evening and salutations, my Date of a Lives fans. So, this episode was actually pretty interesting. Bonnie and okay. You know, in the beginning, when she started doing this whole, super breathing and everything like that, and they were sitting there trying to cheer her up, I was like, you were, as far as a hostage situation is concerned, I felt like he treated you pretty lightly. I felt like she was over exaggerating in the beginning. I really did. Um, but then as the episode progressed, she started actually seeing clown faces, and it got to a point where I guess Roman was sitting there coming over with the drinks, and she takes the tray and starts bashing him upside his head. Um, and right then and there, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, this. I was like, all right, I might wanna actually take my words back. I feel a little kind of guilty. Like she really is suffering through PTSD. And it's one of those things where it's like I kind of realized that it may not seem like it's a big deal to me, but how I handle trauma and stuff like that is a lot different than how somebody else handles it. So yeah, she's definitely not okay. Now Justin comes by and he comes to Xander. Xander's not there just killing cockroaches and everything because that's just so source of gross. And, Justin comes over there, and at first she's like, "Oh, I know what you did, the debt collectors and stuff like that." And he's like, "You know what? Listen, let me help you get out of the situation." He's like, the group that, or the company that fired you, let's sue them. And I started laughing because at that point, he was like, "No, no, 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 I'm good." Like he did everything he could to sit there and try to get out of it. And just like, no, 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 no. At the very least, it won't even go to trial. We'll just sit there and settle it and get you out of this little roach motel or whatever. And I'm just looking like, I don't understand. Like they're rich. Like they're literally rich. They literally live in a mansion. And I get it. Xander's pride and Victor and everything like that. But I'm just like, but honestly, tell you the truth, now I sit there and think about, part of me is like, wow, this is kind of silly. You do realize that he's rich, but it's not so much about the money; it's about the point of it. But he finally convinces Justin to sit there and drop the lawsuit. But he's like, you know what? I still want to look into that company anyway. Like, no, 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 no. I want to look into that company anyway. I want to make sure that they're on the up and up. I mean, these people are having you do things against your will, unethical things. I want to make sure, as a good person, I want to make sure that these people are brought to justice. Now, with that being said, Xander calls Gwen to sit there and fix her mess. Gwen and Leo are sitting there talking, and Gwen and Leo sitting there talking, and they're talking about Sunny and how he's starting to fall for Sunny, and how Gwen still has a thing for Xander. He also comes over there because he wants a job as a gossip columnist. And she's like, well, that's not really news. I was like, well, technically, most newspapers do have gossip columnists, and the stories that he had wasn't really bad. I don't know how he actually got them. Now, I think that's the amazing part. But she says she'll look into it, and they just kind of just chill, do a little powwow, and then he leaves. Right after that, Xander calls her up, like, yo, listen, I need your help. Could you sit there and give me some credentials? Yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm looking at this whole situation. I'm like, part of me is feeling bad for Gwen. Don't get me wrong. I said part, okay? What she did to Xander, what she did to Sarah was just cruel and selfish. And I only sit there and say part of me feels bad for her because, well, Xander's not there using her to sit there and get out of the situation, and she's just so happy to oblige because she still has feelings for him that she's just going to do whatever it takes to please him. They're supposed to sit there and meet in the park, and Bonnie went out for some air, just looking at clowns and clowns and clowns. She gets out there, she sees Xander. Of course, Xander's not there talking to himself out loud, like, I'm not going to let this ruin my life. And she just remembered the voice, and she was like, it was you. Now I'm like, all right, Xander, what you gonna do now? How you gonna get out of this one? You gonna sit there and you gonna kidnap her again? Because I don't think she's gonna let herself get kidnapped again. She got a taser, a mace, or something. So Alex comes to see Stephanie for a date, and when he opened the door, I was like, wow. I sat there was like, my, where where were you hiding this body at? Like, um, She was ready. She was like, "Yo, you know what? We're gonna stay in." She made these jokes like, "Oh, you seem like your man that's really like to be on top," and he was all like, "Oh, I can be flexible." I'm just like, "Yeah, I think we're getting to the peacock stuff. I really think we're getting to the peacock material." Um, so that happens, and I don't know. I'm coming down with something, so it's like I feel like I'm doing better than I would have because I don't know what happened last night. I was losing my voice. I woke up. I had a sore throat. It was just a mess. And part of me sitting there thinking, like, I don't know if I can do a live stream tonight because I really want to do it. And I feel like I can, but I also feel like crap. And I feel like I should probably sleep. So I'm sitting there debating it and everything like that. And I don't know. I don't know what's happened. Oh, so yeah, Stephanie. Yeah. It's like two women in this show actually surprised me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not really again, I'm not the Hollywood type. I much prefer the average woman than some dolled up version of that just looks like a model or whatever. But let's just put it this way. She was one of those people that just had curves in the right places. So I was like, all right, cool. They about to sit there and get all hot and heavy, but she gets a call from Paulina in jail. Now she got to sit there and spin this whole thing about Abe. And of course, Chad is sitting there talking to Sonny. They talk about Leo. Chad's like, yo, are you kidding me? After everything he did? Like, why would you? What is wrong with you? And of course, they talk about Will and how he's being very distant. He's not coming home for Christmas, which he probably is coming home for Christmas, but whatever. They talk about Stephanie and how he's not ready and everything like that. He keeps looking at his ring like he just feels guilty. So he's like, they're getting they're getting close and everything like that. So he's like, hey, she's happy, I'm happy. He gets a call, he goes down there. Um, they were just about to sit there and just pretty much get it on. Which, of course, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that phone, when I heard that phone, when I heard that phone, I was like, yep. I kind of saw this coming because now it's like it's not cemented apparently if they already did the deed for some odd reason. Like apparently that's the no point of return. So the kissing and everything like that is fine, but once we go down there, I mean down there, we ain't coming back. That's pretty much what that says. Um, but anyway, he gets a call. He comes down there. He can't have his dinner, so I mean, they don't have to. They don't have to have dinner. He gets down there. Chad gets down there. They start working on the story. Something smells good. Some gumbo or something. I don't even remember. But he's sitting there looking at her like, hey, maybe I might actually do a live stream. I don't know. He's looking at her like he's taking a second glance. Like, I know I said no, but yeah, I don't know. Justin Smith there talking to Alex, and Maggie comes in, and Maggie pretty much just like, well, she doesn't say it, but she starts to talk about Bonnie, and of course they show Bonnie and Xander and everything like that. So it was just crazy. When I think about it, I'm surprised that Roman just kind of laughed at us, like, oh, if you want to give me a bad review, just go to Yelp. Don't worry, I'll sit there and make you some more drinks. Like, no. Do you not see the blood that's like, come on, bro. Like, what are you? Like, you should probably be like, yo, you need to sit there and get this out of here. You need to get her some help. Like, this is not. The last thing she needs is drinks. How did you even. I just thought about that. I was like, how did you even sit there and think about giving her drinks? Like, did you give her a diet or something like that? Did you switch it? It's going to be a placebo effect? Like, what's. I want to know, okay? Inquiring minds want to know. I think that was about it. All in all, I would sit there and say this was a good episode. This was a much better episode than yesterday. Oh my goodness, this was a better episode than yesterday. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.